Oh, well, here we are on an off day. I guess that was seven more complete. Three in Boulder, three in Charleston, the one show in Columbus. Giving us now, I believe, a total of 13 shows on the summer. And it is starting to get to the point where, especially with everything being so good, like above average to good to really good, like if they were, it's hard to kind of separate and be like, well, this was my favorite show. This was my favorite song. This was my favorite set. Now, I know the last two nights, the most recent in the mind, but I know I really enjoyed those first two sets. I really liked the 4th of July in Boulder. And even Columbus, like, sure, that was a set list I wouldn't have handpicked, no doubt about that. But even that, we had a great time at the Columbus show. So it's really hard to say. I don't know. Maybe the first night in Boulder, I guess, was maybe my least favorite, but it's not like that show was just a stinker from beginning to end. I like that they've been mixing it up, throwing a couple of songs at us each night that we're not really expecting. Although, when we get to the picks, you'll see some people did expect it. They hit some long shots. But I guess if I had to really, it's really even hard to say what has been my favorite show. Maybe the 4th of July, again, because it was another great first set. Not a lot of duds really to be had in that entire first set. From the gin opener, there was a great theme, a great Oblivion, Timber, Gaiuti. Most events aren't planned, ending the set. And then the second set, you had the What's Going Through Your Mind, the Simple, the No Quarter, another tweezer in there. Okay, you got a zero tweezer reprise on. The encores have been hit and miss, I suppose. But I don't know, maybe last night or maybe night three in Charleston, maybe the 4th of July. It's tough to say what my favorite show is. And same thing with the jam. Some nights it's like that, what's going through your mind, where it's like, yep, that was the big one. And then other nights, similar, kind of like last night. It's like that from Set Your Soul Free all the way through Golden Age. The tweezer was probably the biggest, but again, it all kind of felt like it was hard to separate. They were all pretty good stuff. All had a nice flow together. It wasn't like this song was A and this song was Z. All right, so covering that. And so now let's just get into the picks. And boy, we have got some stuff. Some people got some stuff right. My name is not on this list very often for anything positive, anyhow. I did try to keep track of what I did each night, but so yeah, take a look at that again. We have got, and a lot of that was Columbus hogging up the scene. A lot going on in Columbus. People calling openers. Had a long shot, couple long shots that night, separate long shots even. So, we got to go all the way back to Boulder. So I'm just going to be running through this. And again, forgive me if I made any mistakes. I am just going through the comments in my videos, looking at the set list. If I don't have the set, even the Columbus show, I had to double check. That was the one show I was pretty sure I knew everything they played. Almost got Daniel Dwyer on his 5 for 5 way back when. We did get another 5 for 5 last night. So, but we got to start all the way back night one in Boulder, Colorado. I went 1 for 5. That's kind of the normal, it seems like, really. I've dropped a couple of goose eggs on you. Dropping in a donut in honor of Fishman every now and then, but I'm at least getting one. I've had 2 threes, and that's about all I can brag about myself, really. Now, so, after that 1 for 5, Rob Humphrey showing up for the first time on this list. I think you'll hear that name again. He hit the Roses long shot on night 1. Lukey Dookie hit 3 out of 5, another one of my favorite names. Kind of love going through these names a little bit as well. So, Jacqueline Berg, she hit the gin opener. No, she did not. She missed the gin opener by 1 night, but she did get 3 out of 5. That's right, the next night. All right, I'm already getting mixed up. We're only 1 night in. I got to get this straightened out. Really, I got to try to read through this. Yikes. So let's just start here. Where were we? See, that already messed me up. I don't even know why I wrote that note down, because I was going to write it down the next night. So, Jacqueline went 3 for 5, and she missed the gin opener by 1 night, which I'm not even sure why I wrote that down, because she hit it the next night. And then there was a lot of that. There was some near hits. I didn't really calculate all of the near hits. Not really calculating anything. This is very unofficial. So if you're chugging along and you're getting, some 2s and some 3s each night, maybe you're not on the leaderboard. Maybe you didn't win the night, but you're just consistently plugging away. Unlike me and Forbin777, we keep trying to plug away, but we're just not coming through with our picks. Maybe you are out there consistently hitting twos, mixing in some threes. Let me clear my throat. So, God, this is going to be a long video. Videos have been getting so much longer lately. Nolan's first show, that was noteworthy. Boulder in night one, channel member Nolan. Garcia fan, he hit the Sally long shot. JP43, a name you'll be hearing from on this list, hit the Rocky Top long shot. Jake Williams went 3 out of 5. Peyton Burak, he hit the Roses long shot. Looks like MDSCC and Corn Dog, they hit the Rocky Top long shot, and along with Jerry's Lost Finger. So several people hitting the Rocky Top long shot, and that does count as a long shot, even though you can understand the thought process there. It certainly still counts. So it looks like 3 out of 5, had a couple long shots. Rob Humphrey getting in there. Garcia fan with the Sally long shot. Oh, that's right. Also, separate long shots on this night. 1 Sally, 1 Roses, couple of Roses, actually. Peyton hit the Roses as well. And then, as well as Rocky Top. Shit, all kinds. So, a lot of long shots hit on night number 1 in Boulder. Better than the picks, really. Just a couple people going 3 for 5, Lukey Dookie and Jacqueline. So, let's move over to night 2. Sumac 22, a name I think you'll hear again. He was 3 out of 5. Chris Lewis, again, another name you'll hear again, was 3 out of 5. Rob Humphrey, look, there he is again, 3 out of 5. After hitting a long shot, he follows that up. Now, here we go. Jacqueline hits her gin opener. So did Eric Austin and English Brent. American English Brent. I think going forward, we'll just call him Brent. So they all 3 hit the gin opener. And David GD, along with Sumac and Chris Lewis, David GD went 3 out of 5. So you see here through the first 2 nights, 3 out of 5 is winning. So if you're playing and you're only getting 1 or 2, don't feel so bad. 3 is winning this. So Boulder night 3, I finally did okay. All 3 in the second set. I hit 3 out of 5. Nert Flipper, a name you're going to hear again. He hit the Buried Alive opener. And, let's see, anybody else hit the opener? Yep, Spud hit the opener that night. Boulder night 3, Spud coming through with the Buried Alive. This was the night Daniel Dwyer hit 5 out of 5. I tried to short him somehow. That was kind of a buzzkill for me, too. I'm like, oh, man, that's my biggest fear, that I'm somehow stiffing somebody. So thank you for pointing that out. I try to reply to you if you're going to be on the leaderboard for the night. So I'm glad Daniel corrected me. And I think, I can't remember what song it was I was overlooking out of your 5 out of 5, Daniel, but boom, that was the first 5 out of 5 on the summer. And then Nico hit his Lizards long shot. Now we are moving over to Columbus. Now things got a little crazy here for Columbus. We had people hitting 3 out of 5. We had people hitting 4 out of 5. We had openers. We had multiple long shots. We had a real long shot. Actually, both long shots were deep. Going real deep. Even the Chomper guy, Mr. 2000, who I ran into the parking lot, gave him the flyby. After I walked past, I was like, huh, that looks like one of my Chomper shirts. Obviously, I should have known. You got it from me. And you also, what'd you do that night? Where are we? Oh, yeah, you hit the Mango. You hit Mango. All right, this is crazy. I got to start here at the beginning with me hitting 2 out of 5. In the home state show. Orange Coasters was 3 out of 5. Prairie Dogger was 3 out of 5. Pat Keegan was 3 out of 5 with a Mango. R.R. Paul 3 out of 5. But then Harpua underscore comes along, swoops them all out of the lead, and he goes 4 out of 5. Mike Ralston hit the Vultures long shot. Curtis Garcia, he hit the bag. Film 7228 also hit the bag. Oh, let me correct myself. Film actually hit the Vultures as a long shot. Luca Big coming through. He hit the AC/DC bag opener and a Waiting All Night long shot. Ding, 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 ding. So we had our first long shot and opener, I believe. I think we might have another one of those to come. Wampus Jack also calling Waiting All Night. That was Luca Biggs. Waiting All Night was his long shot. English Brent, Petrichor. Ding, ding. Probably the most impressive long shot so far. Although Waiting All Night, maybe equally impressive. I don't know. Those are both very impressive. Maybe Petrichor is slightly more because there's just a lot more to that song. I don't know why. You know, just like we're asking a lot for these guys to to sharpen up Petrichor. And they did it. Unfortunately, it was in Columbus. Waiting All Night, I said Wampus Jack hit that as his long shot. Oh yeah, Tom Lake, also a 4 out of 5 on the night. And a Loving Cup, the Canadian, the extra Canadian pick. So 5 out of 6 really for Tom Lake there. The Chomper guy called his Mango. Buffalo Bacon went 3 out of 5. Pete G had some good picks. Pat Keegan 3 out of 5. It's just Rob Humphrey again 3 out of 5. Oh yeah, then Mr. Moju Rising. Mr. Moju Rising, sorry. Kind of a play on Mr. Mojo Rising. See, I keep saying Muju. Mr. Moju Rising, you're killing me with that name. Something anti-Semitic's gonna come flying out of my mouth. So he hit the bag opener, and I feel like back the first 6 shows he had a good night. So Harpua underscore, another 4 out of 5 in there. I think that covers everything for Columbus. I'll tell you, boy. You know, forget a spreadsheet, man. This is what I'm doing. I'm just going crazy on a piece of paper with an ink pen. I can't even read my own stuff here. My notes, data. Got the data, man. Got some data. Some Phish picks data. I know Noogie was like, I got a spreadsheet. Noogie, have you ever made a pick? I don't even know if you make picks. I don't know. Maybe you have. They're somehow not showing up. Not every night, anyhow. The specific video where you were like, I got a spreadsheet. You never made picks, though. So I don't know what's going on. Noogs? Unless you're just playing along with yourself at home, it's totally fine. Noogie seems like he plays with himself at home. Hey-oh! Boom! What's up, Noogs? Love you. He's not watching. All right, so Charleston 1. JP43, a name that kept coming up. Wyatt Hegler, Isle of Railroads, Ninja Cat, Chris Sullivan, they all hit the free opener. Harpua underscore, once again, 3 out of 5. PJ Manis hit the Spanish Moon opener. Coming right underneath me and taking away my Skin It Back, which everybody knows they should have played Skin It Back. Clearly a much better song, and I would have hit my long shot. But instead, PJ Manis hit his long shot with Spanish Moon. Congratulations. I'm still a little salty. Night 2, Charleston. We didn't really have that great of picks in Charleston. Harpua looks like their 3 out of 5 did it. We got the Fishmaster, Raiders 2447. They called the proper Mike's Groove, that being a Mike's Hydrogen Weekapog. David GD, he called the Carolina as his long shot. Curtis Garcia called the MoMA opener. Chris Lewis again called the MoMA opener. Brent with another long shot, while not as impressive as Petrichor, Destiny Unbound, certainly a long shot. And then, what we got here? Rob Humphrey again. Oh, he missed NICU by 1 night. Looks like Luca Big and Eric Austin. Now that's night 3. Got David GD. So yeah, not a lot going on night 2. Not a lot of great picks. Did hit a couple MoMA openers with Curtis Garcia and Chris Lewis. Brent, another long shot. Destiny. Yeah, Fishmaster and Raiders 24. Had that proper Mike's Groove. All right, yeah. Rob Humphrey gets a mention. So now, I guess we are over here to Charleston 3. Did I skip a night? Nah, I didn't skip a night. Or did I? Nah, we got JP and Wyatt and Isle of Railroads, Ninja Cat, Chris Sullivan. They all hit the free opener. All right, so we covered night 1. We've covered night... Not a lot going on Charleston night 1 and 2. Charleston night 3, things got a little better. In fact, Pages of Brandon hit the gym opener. Looks like we got a lot of people hit the gym opener. Forbin777, he's heating up. I think he hit the gym opener, along with a couple of picks. Pete G hit the gym opener. Nert Flipper, JP43, those 2 names coming along again, hit the gym opener. Hudson Hartman hit the gym opener. Harpua underscore and Paul G also. But then they were to be outdone. What did I also get Luca Big and Eric Austin in there? Gym openers? What was going on? What was in the air? The gym opener. I mean, that went along the line. I called Wolfman's. You know, I wasn't too far off, but Jim certainly fits the bill of what I've been seeing as openers. I don't know how, I just didn't see it, I guess. I don't know. What'd you guys all see? I don't know. Do they always open with that in Charleston? I don't know. Just it was coming, I guess. The openers have been somewhat predictable. Not every night, but a lot of openers hit over these last 7 shows. All right. So Pages of Brandon, Forbin, Pete G, Nert Flipper, JP43, Hudson Hartman, Harpua, Paul G, all hit the opener. Luca Big, Eric Austin. So they all hit the gym opener. but then they were outdone by Nert Flippert and Brian Johnston, who hit the gym opener and a Turtle in the Clouds long shot. So a double boom for those guys. But then Sumac 22, he hit 4 out of 5, with Tweezer Reprise being one of them. And then Sauced Found, 5 out of 5, our second 5 out of 5 on the year, but with one of them being Tweezer Reprise. So it's not, Daniel Dwyer had his 5 out of 5. There was no Mike's Weekapog situation. It was just 5 songs. While I will not deduct any points, I will just say that Daniel still has the stronger 5 out of 5. And then Sauced Found, I promised a medal. I was like, if somebody hits all 5 and a long shot and an opener, I got a medal I'll send you. Unfortunately, he did not come through with his long shots and openers. But it's still a strong 5 out of 5. And not to mention, Spud got a foam. That's maybe more impressive than anything on this piece of paper. Let's take a look at this one more time. You want to see, if you ever wanted to see your name in a graphic on YouTube, you're in there somewhere. See? I don't know. I'm trying my best here. It's a lot of people are making a lot of picks, which is great. But then I got to go through them, and you see my system here. I just can't do the computer thing, man. Too much mousing and typing. The old Bursa starts burning. What a pussy, dude. You got a swollen Bursa. Ooh. I'm telling you, man, that thing starts fire. It gets fired up, dude. I certainly can't type and mouse, and I ain't got time for noogie spreadsheet, man. All right, so those are the people that did well through the next 7 shows. And I will obviously keep this piece of paper. I have still got the paper from the first 6, and we will crown an unofficial winner. Officially crown somewhat of an unofficial winner at some point. Basically, if your name just keeps coming up over and over again, I'll make notes of some of the most impressive picks. And I don't know. It's really all just fun and games, We're all just having fun. We get to make picks, then we get to enjoy the show, then we get to enjoy the recap. At least I hope you're enjoying the recap. All right, guys, boom, we are out of here. And there's other places on the internet now. Phish fans have starting to become more and more active on YouTube, that is. Got, obviously, the Wook Plus guys have been at it for a while. Now I am totally drawing a blank on the others, but I know they're out there. Tokyo Record Style, also been doing some recaps. And Insufficient, I believe, another channel I recently stumbled upon. I don't know if our guy Walter's out there doing anything this tour or not. Haven't seen him pop up on my YouTube. All right, so you guys get it. Everybody that I met in Columbus, hello once again. Thank you. Had a great time. In spite of the bug. All right, we're out of here. Love you guys. Boom.